swing front and back. 3 more. And coming up on the back toe, bringing that leg up, then front and back. It's out to the side and out, then front and back. It's out and it's in. Just float those arms for 2. Now start sinking down lower, low and wide. Up for 2, then other side. If this one's too hard, down and up. And as we pull out at the top, heels come down and up. You're pushing your butt slightly back and moving your hands so that you're not going to fall off that chair, right? Knee to the chest and jump up. So knee in and then lift off first and do a tricep with our leg up. Then we're going to turn. Knee and one of these. Then we're going to turn back up, standing up, and it's up. Okay, join me now. It's up kneeling. It's down on your side, up. It's back to kneeling. It's step in front and up. Sweating like me. I'm literally dripping with sweat here. 7, 6, 6, 5. Together. You are coming down to a low point, and I want enough tension on that band to really feel. And front, up and up. 3 more. 2, and push, and push. Keep it on the inside of that knee. It might help you. Then go into your spine, down and up. So you've got tension on your arms, pulling out and in. Engaging the arms with your upper body, but the main work is in the legs out. The mat, which will help you to round your belly button down or out, and it's in. It's out and it's in. So squeezing those glutes. 8 more. 8, 6, 7, 3, and 4. Roll to the back. Use your hands to help you roll. 3 and 4. Roll to the front, feet together. And look towards the back. That should feel really good. And then pull that heel in and continue to push forward. If you can, come down. Shoulders pressed down. 2 more like this. 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to alternate that forward. Across, open. To the back and hug across. Coming down really straight. 2 more like this. And up. This is reach up, down, down dog. Other leg, center. Reach up, down, down dog. Now walk both to the front. 2 extensions as high as you can, then come all the way up and rotate to the back. Come down and either jump or walk back into down dog. Curtsy, squat and lift. Squat, curtsy, squat and lift. And your ankles and your feet, and continuing to use your glutes. 2 and across. Important to keep turning here. Really get your leg up high so that you feel this muffin top area engaging. Step in and out. This is the last one. Up, step in and out. Get back into that position and just little ups. Ups. Kick. 1 and 2. Come down, kick through, forward, kick, kick. Really think about your waist here. Cross it wide, come to the center, wide, up, 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 back to the bottom. Cross it wide, cross, up, 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 come to the bottom. Cross and cross, don't lift off your back. Cross and cross. On fire from all of those lunges. Oh my goodness. Actually don't need a huge amount of stretching. Be a little bit too much. Then bring it up and bring it towards the back. And this one you have to be quite conservative. Nice massage for the spine. And it also kind of gets into that glute and hip. And then just grab your wrist from behind and pull your arm across. Grab onto those and just push your hips and thighs forward. So you're going to put the weight in the heels in the squat there. Start stretching too soon if you're not quite warm. And you're slightly coming up, down, down, and up. So I'm coming up on my opposite toe now as I'm circling that leg. Then just grab the foot and stand, and don't do that little pulse squat. Pulse it up. Grab the leg, down and up. 4 more. Down, grab it, down and up. Grab back, down and up. Down, grab front, down and up. Keep going. Really opening that up. Using our arms, just floating through the space. Use your core and your nice flat back to help you get that heel to the ground. 3 and 4. Come into a plank, 4 taps knees. 1, 2, pass under. So sit back, 8 more. 8. Now come down and chop up. See how my arms are still bent? 2, 3 and 4. Down and up. 2, around and around. 8. So it's swing it to the back and front. Your arm is straight, and you kind of use our glutes and stop at the top, overhead and down. This is a powerful move. Try your glutes, down and up, overhead and in. 3, 2, 1. Now I just want you to stay on this side and swing it. Over and swing. 4, down and up, down and up, down and up for 2. Leg in front, down and up for 2. Center again, down and up for 2. Leg in front, down and up for 2. Come center, burpee. It's back, it's shoot to your legs, times 2. Plank, wide and in, down and up for 2. And forward. So there's momentum you want to keep. I'm just keeping kind of a narrow gap. And then it's a back into the pendulum. It's a push-up, and it's a back into the pendulum. 1 unit. We don't want the foot to come up first. 2, 3. Move the weight you can. 7 and 8. Now the last little thing, keep it in line, bend, extend to the front. Come up, and then sit down the other way. Come up and up. Squeezing your hips to the front. And you should again feel that nice stretch through all of your side body. And flex. Pull it in towards you, but also pull towards the back. So it's down, and I want you to push across. So it's a really fluid motion where and using your arms to really push you forward and towards the back, into the back, and you're hinging slightly forward with your waistline. Kick back all the way down, and then straight up and up. Just little taps, nothing hard. Biceps curl your arms, up and down. Whatever, keeping the same kind of slightly tilted forward shape with your back. Front up, back up, center up, front up. Get down low and put your weight in the heel. Kind of a bent side raise. It doesn't have to be a straight leg. Up, it's forward. Maybe tap the bottom of your foot. Make sure your alignment is perfect here so that you're directly to the front. So it's up, it's across, it's up, it's down and up, however you want your feet there. It's up, it's through, down and up, okay? It's up, diagonal across, up, come back down, up, and keep going like that. I hope you're doing it with me and not just watching. Down, so it's all fours, it's come forward and up, and across. Last one. Up in a position where you can come down and feel the stretch on your inner thighs, okay? So really up to you, just try and pull it in towards you, forward. And that's just gonna open up through the side of your hips. And I'm hinging slightly forward with my upper body. I like to do this. It's a bit challenging for the balance. And you're just picking that leg up and down. Again, if the arms are confusing you, then don't worry so much about those. And down, it's a squat. And back, side and back. A few more like this. Try to get low. And we're gonna come in, across and in. straight knee pull and diagonal knee pull. Down and pressing through the heel. Both tap and tap. Come back to the knees, explode forward, tap, 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 both tap and tap. Come back all the way down, all the way forward. 4 more, and back, 3, 4, 3, down and up, out and in. All the way down, 8, 7, 6, out to the side and in. Blowing out. Try to use your shoulders and push down in opposition, out and in. 6, to the back. Straight arm lift to the back. And really try to feel the front of your thighs catching. Back and back. So you need to be pushing against your heels as that pivot point. We're going to start taking this down and up. So it's down, 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 up, up, up. And 5, 4, last thing, 8, 7, heels. It's lowering, coming up. Breathe, this should be on fire. Side, again, lowering with control, and then coming up, down, hips push. Squeeze those glutes forward at the same time. And to tuck, you need to squeeze your glute and push. Push and push. Stand front and then back. Are you feeling this oblique work? And then back. I'm down and up. Keep that leg turned out so the outer thigh leads, and lift. Tuck against it and up to your hip. Tucking your hip, pushing your glute, making a fist there. It's going to help you lift the leg. It's up and down. If you're not there yet, then just keep the knee on the ground and push into the front hand and poke. You're hovering just slightly, feeling the entire time. Push into the front hand. Try to stay upright. Up, back and up. I know it's tough. Push and up and in. Push and in. So I've got my hands up, down and up. So we're just twisting and chopping to the back with a nice rounded arm. Really pull your belly button in. 8, 7. If you want to, put your other hand behind your head and help yourself to engage your upper abs. So there's 4 levels, then 3, walk and walk. Walk and walk, keeping your legs slightly wider, so you're 3, 2, 1. Stretching out the side body, so you should have felt those obliques engage in many ways. Really push that hip forward, stretching the front of the thigh. Figure 4 stretch for the glutes. And lean and lean. That should feel really good. I'm sending my glutes back as if I'm about to sit in a chair and to the chest. Few more of these, again pulling out. I'm hinging forward from the hips. 6, side to side. So it's a side lunge with a figure 8 arms, and I just want you to bounce a little bit through that side, too close, so that on the in, you've still got tension on that loop. I really want you to try and fight for it using your obliques. Back. 6, because you don't have those feet elevated. 8, push up. Your hands are by your chest, down, lift, push all the way up. Up and back. Up and back. Come on, these weights are light, so you need to squeeze harder. Out, back and in. It's out to the side, back and in. Over and down. Trying to make a rounded shape with the arms. Front, reach it out, and overhead. Challenge, if this is no good for you, just put the toe down, bend press, scoop, scoop and retract. Scooping slightly up, tiny crosses. Now if this is too much, tiny little pulse, down and up. So now you come down to where you feel your thighs catching, raising that leg in a turnout position, and just plie that same leg. Circle and circle. Really exaggerate that. It all depends on how heavy your loop is. Higher and down. Come on. Point your toe slightly to the corner. Bend, extend. So yeah, you can come all the way down on your elbows, and that will take some of that out of it. Parallel, kneecap to the ceiling, circle, circle. And keep your arms quite straight here. Push back, leg in a position where you're feeling tension on that loop, and then you're doing that hamstring curl. Push up, out and in. Squeeze and stretch. I want you to tuck your hips forward slightly. Squeeze your glute here. Keep it tight. Keep tension on and out. So we're going to do that hamstring curl. 1, 2, 3, and back in. And see how my thigh stays up, up. It's in, it's up. Against that tuck. Blowing out at the top, out further. Into the center, out further. To side. So we're holding that position. A toe, marching the legs. 7, 6, one more. All the way down. And up and tap. Mat. You're not pulling on the leg, you've just got a light grip there. Reach across and down. Reach across and down. 7, 6, 5, 4, all the way up. Squeeze it. Up and down, squeezing everything together. 8, 5, 4, 3. So your forearm in that seated position, you get so much hip flexor there. You can bend, stretch again. Leg exercises like this, I imagine that the hips and sweep your arms in front, and then the back, your weight is in the heels, and you're just bending over, chin up quite high here, because you should be a little bit warmer now. Catch in that waistline by leaning into it. Out, out, in, other side, and up. Hand behind, down 2, up 2, tummies are in, and really push your hips forward. Down, all the way up. It's down, halfway up, down, all the way up. Down and up, and to the back, and up. 3 and 4, shift to the front, to the back, to the front, to the back. Again, 1, and all the way down. If you can't do that, then just use the bent leg option, and all the way down to really trying to turn your feet out as much as you can. And back. Are you feeling that yet? Pushing against that loop. Get low, all the way back, back, back. Don't straighten all the way as you come up. Back. Are you feeling that now? I feel that fire right in my inner thighs. All to engage those inner thighs more. Going. 8, 7, 6. And squeeze those glutes. Remember to push your knees back. This figure 8 loop is going to sort you out. Knees are in, you're still hinging with your flat back, up and down, promise. This and one more exercise and we're done. 8, 7. Do you feel that? Stay low, push back, slightly lean as the elbow comes into toes. You need to use your core to stabilize. Bring your elbow so that you're not hunching. Press it up. Keep your arms at about chest height. Try to keep your weights just above your forehead. They're not down by your side. You're pulling in. Again, it's down, it's up, down and up. Your leg flexed and nice and straight. 5, 4. Movement is coming from that contraction in the glute. Down and around, tiny. Push against that loop. Shoulder blades, nice wide upper back, but it's muscle overload. 7, 6, keep it up high, contract that glute, up. Really try and squeeze and come in. Not super wide because it might make you fall back, and twist. Are you pushing your weights together? You should time, and your shoulders. 6, 5, here. Breathe out on the up. Foot 2, and then it's press, 2, 3, 4, down and up, that spinal rotation. The back of your leg is super straight here. Maybe don't get stretched very much, and you don't want to pull anything. Over to the other side, as well as the shoulders and triceps. And bringing it in front, it's a little kind of kick, bend to extend. Sinking, but on an angle. So do the corners of the room, it's coming down and down, still pressing in on that ball. From your head all the way to your heels. It's okay if your butt is slightly up, so it's into the shoulder, bring it up, in and back. It's into the shoulder, higher, in and back. And Breathe out on the up and really press the out and back. In, across, out and back. A few more like this and breathe when you're pressing in on that ball. And hold the squeeze and over. Squeeze one and over. Little tiny ones. Reach, reach, sliding your back down a wall, down and up. Tuck to the side and tuck. So this should be tough now. That burn is crazy now, right? Single, single, double. Tuck, down, tuck, tucking hard, pushing your hips to the front, all the way around. 6, 5, your hip bones towards your ribs and squeezing in, up and up. Keep that squeeze on the ball, side to side. Squeeze the ball, keep your hips high. Single, single, squeeze. Round and around. Larger range of motion here. Squeeze, squeeze. Come on, you can do this. Keep your butt off the mat. We're doing center and up. So we're pushing that hand, squeeze up. Now if you want to engage your thighs, hinge back slightly with this down, squeeze your glutes, lean back. Coming to the shoulder on an angle. Squeeze your glutes, keep that hinged position. Back and back. 4, 3, 2, out and in, out and in. Tiny ins and up. Breathe. Breathe out. Push, push. Pushing in. Weights. Up, center. 6, 5, and lift. Lift and lift. Keeping it turned out. In and back. In and back. You can look down here. Back up. It's kind of knees together and out. Knees together and out. Into the middle and out. It's a tiny in. Raise and raise. On fire. Raise and raise. Raise and raise. Same sort of thing. Behind the hip line. Keeping it high and back. So it's forward in line and squeeze. High, but keep it behind the hip line. Don't let it come to the front. This time, round and round. 2 and 1. And trying to touch the opposite wall with your fingertips. And squeeze and reach. Really try and bend into that. Forward, hips tuck. Butt to the back, hips tuck. Maybe close your eyes. Up high on the tippy toes, hovering that leg. Pulse, squeeze. Pulse, squeeze your legs. Squeeze and squeeze and squeezing. Squeezing and squeezing. And tuck. Tuck and tuck. And out. Squeeze and squeeze. Kind of rotation. And the top leg is going to be slightly straighter. Straight. Squeeze, squeeze. Tummies are in. Switch pull. Down and down. Stretching it over. And side. And side. And coming down and tapping those toes. Down and up. Down and up. A few more like this, then we're going to change the arms. Across and across, you should be feeling from seeing your palms here to up to the ceiling. And extending slightly. It's in and out. So now you're feeling the fire, right? Rotate in the center. Across and extend. So all we're doing is rotating our palms. So you've got a nice flat back and one. As if you're flapping your wings, but it's stunted. The move to the top, and you're squeezing the back of your arms. So it's similar, bouncing through my knees. You don't have to, you can just do your triceps at the top of your arm. 7. Are you feeling your inner thighs? I hope so. It should be a tiny, tiny, tiny isometric movement. Back. Squeezing even harder. Tiny motions. Tiny, tiny motions. And up. Try to stay quite upright with your upper body. Are you low? Squeeze. You can slightly hinge forward here. Getting some of that lactic acid out with large range of motion. Tiny little pulses. Heels are up. Heels are up. High, higher, highest. High, higher, highest. Come on. Squeeze in. Higher. Squeeze it harder. Contraction. Hold it. And just coming back with my waistline. Side and side. Side and back. In and back. Your knees slightly towards the outside of your arms. And 5, if you need to put one hand behind your head, you can. Tummy's pulled in and you're pressing your spine into the mat. Do 2 and 2. Now if you want to, you can hold onto that and just come to your low point, or stay with those leg switches. Down and up, slow and controlled. 8, 7, and keep your abs up, side to side. But if you can, keep that leg straight. You're going to feel the quad of this bottom leg engaging. 1, 2, engage your uppers, in, push out. In, those inner thighs, just squeeze it. 2, keep our legs up, keep them straight and squeeze. Contracted here. From here, it's a tiny up. A tiny up. It's in line and back. Well, you do if you're actually doing it with me. Easier than little range, in my opinion. Down and up, tiny, tiny, 8, 7, squeeze in on that ball. If you need to walk your feet in closer to get a better squeeze, do it. Squeeze in, squeeze, squeeze. And then hold on behind and just push your arms. This is one way to really stretch them out. If you want, or just keep your hands on the mat and just roll that out. And forward with your chest. So your chest is coming towards your legs. Pull that in, nice and tight. And down. So it's up high and chopping directly to the side and to hips. So be a bit more careful with this. Our elbow to that knee. So it's over, straight, and down. Across and down. Keeping that tension on the ring with your hands. Good. Squeezing your glutes, 2, 1. Now I want you to hold it in at the absolute tightest squeeze. Tummy in, really round your chest forward. Deep breaths here, don't hold your breath. And now that you've got that tight squeeze, little ins from there. Can you hold your belly button into your spine tighter? Can you squeeze that ring even more? Start squeezing in. Squeeze in, tiny ins. Keep that contraction. Your toes are now touching. Micro movements definitely work. Try to let them drop all the way to the side. And I want you to just press out and out, pushing that ring out to increase that intensity for this outer thigh. Up. I want you to press out as hard as you can. In on the ring, activating the arms, side to side, keeping them straight, and our obliques. Heel down, isometric hold, twist, twist, twist. Really simple, push in on that ring. If you can't do this, then lie all the way down, out, go back down. Again, arms, chin, abs, and up, and then come back down. Last time, we're gonna stay up on this one. Arms, chin, abs, legs, stay up, squeeze in on the ring. Down on the ring, we're gonna squeeze that glute and push that hip forward. Side, up and push, creating some tension. Then I'm pushing up with that leg, down. Are you pushing? Down. Take your hand away, lift, lift, lift up. So you should be squeezing your glute. Come up, and we're gonna push out, and from there, we're just gonna poke up, tiny ones. 8, 7, 6, keep changing sides. Forward and down. It's up, back, back, line up. So now we're rounding up because we just did a lot of arching. And lean and really reach. Breathing. Now I'm just going to get the ring and put my foot on there, and I'm going to hold that and pull in. And the blood pumping. 6 and 5, 3, 2, and 1, and across. Always make sure your knees stay behind your toes and go side to side. Twisting a little bit more now, feeling those shoulders engaging. And side to side. Now maybe sit lower. Do you see how even at the bottom of the move, there is tension on there? Punch up overhead, they're tiny ones. So your leg is high. 3, 2, Of the front leg, holding that isometric tension, and it's up. Try to keep the back leg straight. They're tiny micro movements. Down, push slightly behind with those arms. There's tension on the glute. It's down, overhead and turn. Down, overhead and turn. 7, 6, 5. Blow all the air out. Come on, feet are anchored. As we come up, we're pushing against the loop. 7, 6. You should really feel that resistance. 2, walk your legs. You're not going to be able to get all the way down and up. 8, 8, 7, 6. Now make sure they're wide enough apart so you're still feeling that tension horizontally. Pulses, they're not big. Up and up. Kind of clam, teaser, turnout situation. 8, 7, and about 45 degrees or even 30 degrees. And there's a gap in between my legs, so there is just wants to naturally kind of circle as you're circling this. So I'm keeping my feet really far apart, starting with just taps like this, but then up 6, 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We did before, but this time it's more of a fluid, almost like a figure 8. So just start pulsing. You've got a bent, slightly bent elbow. 4, sit up tall. 3 and 4, down. 2, 3, 4. Your arm is going to be at shoulder height, but I want you to press it. It's actually quite heavy. So I'm going to bend my leg. And we're just going to use our band to stretch the upper body. So come up and really stretch behind. Pull out. Glutes. Warming them up with a nice flat tummy. And I really want you to start reaching up higher with those arms as well. And keeping your legs further apart. And continue those arms. It's this low to high motion, and you're figure eighting the arms with a nice flat back, going back to that toe tap. As we come forward into that hamstring, and we're going to sweep that ball. So it's over as little side lunges to get deeper, and you should be feeling those inner thighs waking up if you can. So I'm really focusing on pushing. This is the nice and warm before the storm, right? You're going to have to focus really hard not to wobble the supporting leg no matter what position you're in, especially because you're moving so much. Tiny circles, tiny circles. And if you are slightly further up on your hip, you're going to be able to stabilize a little bit better. And you try and get your leg as high as the knee of the other leg. Chest is to the front, up and up. And as I extend my leg, I'm pointing and squeezing down, up, in, out, down, up. And this is where that inner thigh on the supporting leg wants to die, right? You're tucking them up. So it's not just a pushing your hips to the ceiling, range of motion to really make that. Try your hardest. There's small range of motion. They're a bit closer together than initially, and we're going to do that tuck again. Tuck. So it's very wobbly here, and it's up. And you're just squeezing. Now, because we have already done, so you should feel in here in that oblique area, out. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Really low to engage the lower abs. Kneecap facing your chest. Bring that heel to your glute, and then come into a cat-cow, blowing all the air out.